Okay, I have written here some of the elements with exceptional configuration. Chromium और copper, इन दोनों का तो आपको पता ही है. The configuration of chromium, the expected configuration is 4s2 3d4, but the actual configuration is 4s1 3d5. Similarly, in case of copper, we have 4s1 3d10. The expected is 4s2 3d9. What is the reason for this? What is the reason? You need to know the reason also. Configurations of chromium and copper. They are 4s1 3d5 and 4s1 3d10. What is the reason for this?
एक्स्ट्रा स्टेबिलिटी मिलती है ना, हाफ फील्ड और फुल फील्ड डी इलेक्ट्रॉन डी सबसे.
Very good. That is because of the stability due to half filled and fully filled d subshell. If you are having half filled and fully filled d subshell, the stability is because of the symmetry. If you are having half filled d subshell, all the orbitals will be having one electron each, so that is a symmetrical configuration. If you are having fully filled d subshell, all the orbitals are having 2 electrons each, that is also a symmetrical configuration. इसके साथ हमने और एक चीज भी पढ़ा, which is called as exchange energy. If you have 5 electrons, the number of exchanges are how many? N into n minus 1 by 2 na. Number of exchanges are given by n into n minus 1 by 2. So 5 electrons can lead to 10 exchanges. And if you have 10 electrons mein you are having 3d10 mein you have 5 electrons with upspin and 5 electrons with downspin. Among these 5 electrons, you can have 10 exchanges. Among these 5 electrons, you can have another 10 exchanges. So the total exchanges possible are 20. Okay, in this case, you are having 5 electrons and the total exchanges possible are 10. If you are having only 4 electrons, suppose if the configuration is 4s2 3d4, because of 4 electrons, the number of exchanges will be, apply the formula n into n minus 1 by 2. 4 into 4 minus 1 upon 2. कितना है? 6 exchanges. So if you are having only 4 electrons, the number of exchanges are 6. Because of exchange, because of electrons exchanging among themselves, they will be doing work. Whenever they are doing work, they will be releasing energy. Whenever they release energy, the system will be achieving stability. Okay. So the reason for these configurations, 4s1 3d5 and 4s1 3d10, it is due to stability. How is stability achieved? Because of exchange energies as well as because of symmetry. Okay. Similarly, in F block, you have 2 elements. One is gadolinium and the other is curium. We will be seeing about these elements in the chapter of D and F block in our 12th. But abhi ke liye yaad rakh lena ye gadolinium and curium. Okay. After the lecture, get the atomic numbers of these two as well. Please see for the atomic numbers and remember these elements, gadolinium and curium. The configuration here is 5d1 4f7 and here it is 6d1 5f7. What can be the reason for this? The reason is because of half filled F subshell. The maximum capacity of F subshell is 14 electrons. 4f7 ka matlab you are having half filled. 5f7 ka matlab you are having half filled configuration. Agreed? Okay. Remember these two elements separately. These are also important. Gadolinium and curium. They belong to F block. Okay. Gadolinium belong to lanthanides and curium belong to actinoids. Okay. F block may you have two things, right? Lanthanoids and actinides. Okay. Uske alawa, you can have question on identifying the period number, the group number, the block, if you are given the atomic number. What is the first step? The first step is to write the electronic configuration. I hope everyone knows how to write the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration can be written with the help of that Euler diagram. Euler diagram मतलब ऐसे कुछ draw करते हैं ना आप लोग. 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3D, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, so on and so forth. Then you will be filling electrons along these lines. Agreed? Yaad hai na? First you need to choose this particular line. इस particular line के ऊपर जो भी subshell है, you need to fill electrons inside those subshells. उसके बाद इसके ऊपर, उसके बाद you need to go to 2p, then 3s, then 3p, 4s, then 3d, 4p, 5s, then 5d, so on and so forth. Agreed? Okay. What is the first step? The first step is to write the electronic configuration. Once you write the electronic configuration, the maximum value of principal quantum number, which is nothing but n, that will become the period number, right? In electronic configuration, maximum value of principal quantum number is the period number. The orbital in which the last electron enters will become the block. If the last electron enters into s orbital, it will be s block, p orbital p block, d orbital d block, f orbital f block, so on and so forth. Okay. Okay. For identifying the group number, if it belongs to s block, once you understand which block, if it belongs to s block, it is nothing but the number of ns electrons. If it belongs to p block, it is number of ns electrons plus np electrons plus 10. You are adding this number 10 because between s and p, you have 10 d block elements, 10 groups of d block. Hence, you are adding this number 10. If it belongs to D block, it is the number of ns plus n minus 1 d electrons. If it belongs to F block बहुत आसान है. Actinides are 58, sorry, lanthanides are 58 to 71 and actinides are 90 to 103. If you are having any element having atomic number between or which falls in the range of 58 to 71, it will belong to lanthanides. Once it belongs to lanthanides, its period number will always be 6 and group number will be 3. If it belongs to actinides, its period number will be 7 and its group number will be 3. Okay. In general, we say the group number is between 2 and 3. Okay. कभी-कभी option में between 2 and 3 दिख सकता है और group 3 दिख सकता है. If you are seeing the group 3 option, go for it. If you are seeing the option between 2 and 3, go for it. Okay. अगर दोनों है, between 2 and 3 भी है, group 3 भी है, then go for between 2 and 3. Okay. Okay. Then we need to go to periodic properties. Periodic properties से पहले you need to understand what is meant by screening effect, what is meant by effective nuclear charge Z star, and what is the variation of Z star in a period as well as in a group. You need to remember this. These are the basics. With the help of those basics, we can understand all other periodic properties. The periodic properties which we have are atomic radius, उसी में subsection ionic radius, then we have ionization energy, then we have electron affinity also called as electron gain enthalpy, then we have electronegativity. You need to understand how to compare all these things along the period as well as along the group. If you understand that, that is sufficient in the chapter of periodic properties. Itna hi. Okay. To understand that, you need to know the variation of Z star. Z star is effective nuclear charge. Left to right in a period, what happens to Z star?
Increases.
Sorry? Left to right?
Increase.
Z star increases. Okay. The reason for that is Z star is nothing but Z minus sigma. एक बार reason भी याद कर लेते हैं. Z star is Z minus sigma. Whenever you are going left to right in the period, Z increases. In the period, you will be adding electrons to the same subshell. The electrons which are added to the same subshell will be having poor shielding effect when compared to the electrons which are added to the inner shells. Inner shell electrons will be shielding the outermost electrons more and more when compared to the same shell electrons. As a result, sigma is not increasing to the same extent. Okay. So in the period, Z is increasing to a higher level and sigma is not increasing to that particular level. It will definitely increase, but the increase is very, very less. Okay. So in the period left to right, Z star will always increase. Top to bottom, what will happen to Z star?
Decrease.
Constant.
It will remain constant. Don't say it decreases, it remains constant. Top to bottom, Z star remains constant because Z also increases. Down the group, you will be adding new subshell. So उससे पहले तक जो भी electrons add हुआ, all the electrons are added to the inner shells. Inner shell electrons can effectively shield. Z is also increasing to the same extent and sigma is also increasing to the same extent. So overall Z minus sigma will remain constant. Okay. So in a period Z star increases, in a group Z star remains constant. Agreed? Okay. Periodic properties. You need to know the difference between van der Waals radius, metallic radius and covalent radius. I hope this particular these definitions are clear. Anyone please explain me what is meant by covalent radius? How do we calculate radius first of all?
Distance between two nuclei and half.
We take the distance between the nuclei of two adjacent atoms and we take the half the value of it. Okay. Exact distance between the nucleus and the outermost electron. We can never find that because of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Okay. The position of the outermost electron can never be found. So इसलिए हम क्या करते हैं? We will take the distance between two nuclei of the adjacent atoms and we take half the distance. Half of that distance is taken as the atomic radius. Okay, covalent radius मतलब क्या होगा? You will be taking a covalent molecule. उस covalent molecule में दो nuclei के बीच में distance का आधा, that is taken as covalent radius. Metallic radius मतलब it is usually calculated in metallic crystals. Metallic atoms will be touching each other at the interface. So if we are taking half the distance between the two nuclei, that will give us appropriate value of the radius, atomic radius. If you are taking van der Waals radius मतलब क्या होगा? Whenever you are forming a solid, okay, in the van der Waals radius, we will be measuring the distance between two nuclei of the non-bonded atoms. There won't be any bond between them. The interaction will be van der Waals force. So van der Waals radius में आपको atoms will be coming close and they will be not touching each other and there is no bond as well. So this will be the van der Waals radius. Agreed? This is the metallic radius. And this will be the covalent radius. So what is the order of radii? Covalent radius lesser than, metallic radius lesser than van der Waals radius. Agreed? Okay. General trend. The general trend is left to right as the Z star increases. What is Z star? Z star is nothing but the effect of the nucleus on the outermost electron. More is the effect of the nucleus on the outermost electron, closer will be the electrons or lesser will be the radius. So left to right, atomic radius decreases and top to bottom, the atomic radius increases. The reason is because of number of shells. It is not because of Z star, it is because of number of shells. As the number of shells increases, the atomic radius increase. Agreed? Okay. Exceptions भी आपको याद रखना है. जो भी exceptions इसमें लिखा है, बस उतना ही याद रखना आप लोग. इस short notes, the short notes is of only 6 pages. Please remember all the things which are written in the short notes. Minimum you do that. Okay. इसके अलावा if you want to study more and more, go through the entire notes. Okay. Minimum कम से कम आप लोग please go through the entire short notes and please solve questions. If you solve more and more questions, ये जो short notes है उतना ही ज़्यादा याद होगा आपको. Okay. कम से कम इतना करो, काफी है. Okay. Exceptions. Atomic radius of gallium is almost equal to atomic radius of aluminium. So gallium and aluminium, to which block do they belong? Sorry, to which group do they belong?
13.
Group 13. Okay. Boron के नीचे you have aluminium, aluminium के नीचे you have gallium. Okay, down the group, what should happen to the atomic radius? It should increase. So gallium is supposed to have greater atomic radius when compared to aluminium. Agreed? Okay. But gallium से just पहले we fill d block elements. Okay. And we also know that the shielding effect of d subshell and f subshell is very, very poor. Because of the poor shielding effect of 10d electrons, gallium से just पहले we will fill 3d subshell. The entire 3d subshell is filled. So the electrons which are entering into the 3d subshell, they are having poor shielding power. Because of that poor shielding power, what will happen to the Z star inside gallium? It will be significantly increased. You need to know the reasons as well. Hence, I am telling you the reasons. The Z star of gallium is significantly greater when compared to the Z star of aluminium. The number of shells inside gallium are greater when compared to that of aluminium. Okay, if the number of shells are more, the atomic radius of gallium is supposed to be more when compared to that of aluminium. If Z star is more, if Z star of gallium is more, the atomic radius of gallium is supposed to be lesser when compared to that of aluminium. Both of these reasons counterbalance. ये दोनों अपने आप में balance होके the atomic radius of gallium becomes almost equal to the atomic radius of aluminium. Okay, agreed? You need to remember this. Similarly, the atomic radius of zirconium is almost equal to that of hafnium. Everyone in your rooms, please attach the periodic table chart. Okay, whenever you see these elements, you need to immediately look to that particular elements and you need to understand the position of those elements in the periodic table. Okay, zirconium के नीचे hafnium आएगा. Okay, this particular exception not so important, but लिख लिया यहाँ पे. In the 3D series, initially from scandium to manganese, the atomic radius decreases. From iron to nickel, the atomic radius will almost remain constant, and at the last, the atomic radius increases. Okay, initially in the 3D series, initially the atomic radius decreases, it remains constant, and ending may it again increases. Okay, remember that. Ionic radius. In case of ions, we have two types of ions. One is cation and the other is anion. A cation is formed by removal of electrons. If I am removing electrons, the number of protons inside the nucleus will become, or that positive charge will become more when compared to the negative charge. Agreed? Okay, so a cation is positively charged. If it is having positive charge, what will happen to the Z star? In the cation, what happens to the Z star? Initially, same number of protons are controlling same number of electrons. अभी एक electron हट गया है ना? In the classroom, initially, yeah, increases. In the classroom, initially, if the students are more, if I'm removing the students, what will happen to the control of the teacher on the students? It will definitely increase. Okay, so if Z star increases, what will happen to the radius?
Decrease.
Decrease. Okay, so the radius of neutral atom will always be greater than radius of the cation. Okay, and if you are taking anion, if there is the extra student, if there is a new student coming into the classroom, what will happen to the concentration of the teacher on the students, on all the students? It will be relatively थोड़ा सा, it will be decreased क्योंकि new student के ऊपर भी ध्यान देना पड़ेगा ना. Okay, so what is happening to the Z star? It is getting decreased. If Z star decreases, what will happen to the radius? Increases. Okay, so आपको इतना ही याद रखना है. The radius of cation will always be lesser than the radius of the neutral atom, and the radius of neutral atom will always be lesser than the radius of the corresponding anion. Okay, I hope this is clear. And for isoelectronic species मतलब which are having same number of electrons, what you need to compare? You need to compare the number of protons. जिनमें protons ज़्यादा होगा, obviously उसमें attractive forces ज़्यादा होगा. Even though all of them belong to the same shell, even though all of them belong to second shell, even though all of them have 10 electrons, the radius will be changing. The shell will be coming closer to the nucleus if the Z star is more. Z star will be more if the number of protons are more. Agreed? This is one of the standard questions comparing the radius of isoelectronic species. Okay? And I can also say more and more, suppose all of them are cations. सारे के सारे cations है. If I want to compare atomic radius of those cations, you see for the charge. More and more is the positive charge. More and more will be the Z star, lesser and lesser will be the size. Agreed? More and more is the negative charge. जितना ज़्यादा negative charge होगा, उतना ही कम हो जाएगा Z star, size उतना ही ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. Agreed? Everything is about attractive forces. जितना ज़्यादा positive charge रहेगा, जितना कम negative charge होगा, उतना ज़्यादा attractive forces हो जाएगा. Okay? Okay. Next. This is about atomic radius. We will see questions. एक बार जब questions देखेंगे ना, तब आपको और details में you can understand. Ionization energy. First of all, you need to know the definition of ionization energy. What is the definition? It is nothing but amount of energy required to remove an electron from the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom.
Outermost shell, isolated.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. You need to take an isolated atom. If it is not an isolated atom, it will be under the influence of other atoms. So the amount of energy that will be required will be different. Okay. बाकी atoms भी उस electron पे influence करेगा, so उसको निकालने के लिए अलग energy लग सकता है. So the definition is for isolated gaseous atom. You need to take gaseous atom. Okay. It is always endothermic. Agreed? हमेशा हमको energy देना ही पड़ेगा in order to remove the electron. Second ionization energy मतलब क्या होगा? Amount of energy required to remove the second electron. After remove the first electron, amount of energy required to remove the second electron. Third ionization energy मतलब to remove the third electron. So on and so forth. What will happen to successive ionization energies? Will they increase or will they decrease?
Increase.
Increase.
They will always increase. Successive ionization energies will always increase. And whenever you take an atom, you continuously remove the electrons from them, from the atom. You will, at one stage, you will observe a sudden change in the ionization energy, a sudden jump in the ionization energy. So whenever you are finding a huge jump in the ionization energy, we will conclude that there is change in shell. Okay. Suppose if you take aluminium, यहाँ पे example वो वाला part मैं mention नहीं किया यहाँ पे. If you take aluminium, what is the configuration of it? It is 2, 8, and 3, na? Okay. So if I am removing electrons, after removal of first electron, it will become 281. Sorry, 282. After removal of the second electron, it will become 281. After removal of the third electron, it will become 28. So Al positive जो है, it is 282. Al 2 positive जो है, it is 281. Al 3 positive जो है 2,8. Al 4 positive क्या होगा? It will be 2,7.
7.
Okay. Initially the 3 electrons, Al positive, Al 2 positive, Al 3 positive में convert करने के लिए, I am removing the electrons from the third shell. If I want to remove the fourth electron, I need to remove it from the second shell. Whenever there is a change in shell, there will always be huge jump in the ionization energy. So this particular method is used for finding the number of valence electrons in any given atom. Suppose if you are given some unknown atom, if they are asking you to find the number of valence electrons, you need to step by step remove one electron. Whenever you see a huge jump in the ionization energy, we will conclude the number of valence electrons as उससे पहले तक जितना भी electrons आप लोग निकाला है, those will become the number of valence shell electrons. Agreed? Okay. So this is one of the common question. ये तो आप लोग identify कर सकते हो. The next is to identify the trend of ionization energy in a period. Okay, the trend of ionization energy in the group, it is easy because down the group, what will happen to the size? Increases. Down the group, if the size increases, the influence of the nucleus on the outermost electron decreases. If it decreases, what will happen to the ionization energy? It will also decrease. Okay. Okay. एक point याद रखना.
Yes.
If you want to compare, this is very, very important. ये point तो पक्का याद रखना. If you want to compare any property in a period, in general, we will be comparing it by Z star or electronegativity. The variation of Z star and the variation of electronegativity are same. Left to right, Z star भी increase होगा, electronegativity भी increase होगा. So if you want to compare any property among the elements which are belonging to same period, always compare using electronegativity. If you want to compare any property for the elements belonging to same group, always compare using radius or size. Okay, size is the dominating factor for the group. Electronegativity or Z star will be the dominating factor for the period. Agreed? Remember this. कोई भी property, कोई भी random question आया आपको, just see if the elements are belonging to same period or same group. उसके accordingly see for the electronegativities. You try to understand electronegativity का उसके उस particular जो भी property है उसके ऊपर क्या फर्क आ सकता है. You can do that. Okay. We will see questions. During questions, we will try to apply all those things. Okay. Now we are seeing same period elements. the expected order is left to right, Z star increases. If Z star increases, ionization energy must also increase. This is the expected order. But there are some exceptions at some places. The exceptions are between यहाँ पे nitrogen and oxygen. The exception is at between nitrogen and oxygen. Among nitrogen and oxygen, which has a greater Z star? The general order of elements is
Oxygen.
lithium, beryllium, beryllium के बाद boron, boron के बाद carbon, then you have nitrogen, then you have oxygen, then you have fluorine, then you have neon. Okay.
Oxygen.
What is the expected order? Left to right, ionization energy increases. We expect, यहाँ पे पहले beryllium और boron का देखते हैं. We expect boron to have greater ionization energy when compared to beryllium. But in actual, beryllium has greater ionization energy when compared to boron. What is the reason for that? This has 2s2 configuration. This has 2s2 2p1 configuration. So in beryllium, we are removing the electron from the s subshell. In boron, we are removing the electron from the p subshell. Out of s subshell and p subshell, or out of s orbital and p orbital, which is more penetrated towards the nucleus? What is the order of penetration power?
S.
S greater than, P greater than.
P greater than, T greater than.
यहाँ पे और एक पॉइंट भी लिखता हूँ, order of penetration. S orbital is more penetrated towards the nucleus when compared to P, then D, then F. इसलिए हम ये भी बोलते हैं ना, the one which has greater S character is more electronegative. Okay, because S orbital is more penetrated towards the nucleus. Penetrated मतलब वो उसके पास में है, जितना पास में रहेगा electronegativity उतना ज़्यादा होगा. Okay, agreed? ठीक है. So in beryllium, you are removing the electron from the s orbital. In boron, you are removing the electron from the p orbital. So the removal of electron from the beryllium is difficult when compared to boron. Agreed? Okay. Moreover, this S has completely filled electrons, or this S subshell has, or this S subshell is completely filled. Completely filled orbitals or completely filled subshells are more stable, relatively more stable when compared to half filled. Agreed? Okay. So as we are disturbing this completely filled s orbital configuration, this is having more ionization energy. Okay. So यहाँ पे exception क्या है? Lithium is definitely less than beryllium, but beryllium becomes greater than boron. Okay. उसके बाद boron will be less than carbon, carbon will be less than nitrogen. Among nitrogen and oxygen, nitrogen is having greater ionization energy when compared to oxygen. What is the reason for that? Because of half-filled configuration of nitrogen. Nitrogen has 2s2 2p3, oxygen has 2s2 2p4. Okay, so because of this half-filled configuration, this is having greater stability. So if I want to disturb that nitrogen's configuration, I need to put more and more energy. So nitrogen has greater ionization energy when compared to oxygen. Oxygen will be lesser than fluorine. Fluorine will be lesser than neon. Neon का सबसे ज़्यादा होगा because it is noble gas. It has completely filled outermost shell. Okay. So overall order आपको इतना ही याद रखना है. Neon greater than, or group 18 greater than, 17 greater than, 17 के बाद expected is 16, but 15 will be greater than 16. 16 के बाद 14, 14 के बाद expected is 13 because of penetration effect. Group 2 will be having greater than 13. उसके बाद 1. Agreed? Okay. For comparing यहाँ पे, for comparing IE2 or IE3, second ionization energy or third ionization energy, what we need to use? We need to use group shifting. Okay, group shifting का मतलब समझ में आता है ना आपको? If I want to compare second ionization energy, you need to shift the group. Whenever you are removing an electron, suppose if you are having group 14 element, after removing an electron, it will behave like group 13 element. If you have group 13 element, after removing an electron, it will behave as group 2 element. Okay. So see in the question if they are asking for IE1 or IE2 or IE3. IE2 कंपेयर करने के लिए एक इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालने के बाद आपको कंपेयर करना पड़ेगा. After removing an electron, the group will change. you need to shift the group. If you want to compare IE3, you need to remove 2 electrons. 2 electrons remove करने के बाद you need to shift 2 groups. The one which is group 16, now it will act as group 14. The one which is group 13, now it will act as group 1. Okay, I hope that is clear, everyone. एक बार वो groups लिखने के बाद you need to arrange the elements in this particular order. Always group 18 will be greater than 17, 15, 16, 14, 2, 13, 1. Okay, एक क्वेश्चन करना है क्या उसके ऊपर? We will be seeing questions. आपको questions में दिख जाएगा बाद में, पहले खत्म कर लेते हैं. Then electron affinity next. Sorry, यहाँ पे exceptions है. In group 13 you have oscillating trend. In group 13 you have oscillating trend. देखो यहाँ पे boron greater than aluminium, less than gallium. Again it is greater than indium, less than thallium. There is some oscillating trend, greater than, less than, greater than, less than. Just remember this as oscillating trend, आपको याद हो जाएगा. Okay. The oscillating trend is because of poor shielding of d electrons and f electrons. यहाँ पे gallium में you will be having gallium से just पहले d orbital fill हुआ है. Okay, you are having 10 electrons in the 3d. Hence it is having more and more z star. Hence it is having greater ionization energy. यहाँ पे thallium में भी thallium से just पहले you are having f, you are filling f orbitals as well as d orbitals. F का shielding power और भी poor है. Hence thallium is having, even though thallium is having a more number of shells, because of its greater z star, it is having greater ionization energy. Is this exception clear for everyone? यहाँ पे exception किस वजह से आया है? Down the group we expect the ionization energy to decrease, but here you can see a greater ionization energy for gallium. Okay, similarly a greater ionization energy for thallium. The reason for that is before gallium you are filling 3d subshell, before thallium you are filling the entire 3d as well as 4f. 3d और 4f बनने के वजह से d के अंदर 10 electrons गया, f के अंदर 14 electrons गया. All these electrons are having very poor shielding power. Their Z is more, but the shielding power is less. So Z star in these gallium and thallium is very, very high. Because of their greater Z star, the ionization energy is increased. Is this clear? Okay. Okay. उसके बाद similar reason, in general जो भी effect होता है, the effect will be for the immediate group members. मतलब एक बार D block ends at group 12, right? Group 12 के बाद you will be starting group 13. So जो भी वो जो poor shielding का effect दिखेगा, that is in general seen for only group 13 elements. That effect is not continued for further elements. Okay, but in case of here group 14 में D block के वजह से, वो जो D subshell के वजह से there is no change. There is no change in the ionization energy. But because of F block elements, but because of F subshell, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? You are having contribution of poor shielding of D as well as F. Both of them are contributed. Okay. Both of them are contributed. Hence, you are having a very greater ionization energy of lead. Agreed? Everyone. Group 13 में you can see a change in the ionization energy for aluminum and gallium as well. But in group 14, there is no change here. Silicon or germanium में what is the expected order? Silicon has to be greater when compared to germanium. वही है. But in case of tin and lead, there is some difference because here you are having poor shielding of F as well as D. दोनों का. समझ में आ रहा है? इसके आगे, if you are going for group 15, there won't be any, again there won't be any exception. There will be a general trend. Is this clear? Okay. In general, जो भी exception, जो भी दिखेगा, that is seen immediately after the end of that block. D block के बाद immediately group 13 आएगा. Group 13 में आपको significantly दिखेगा. Group 14 में वो जो effect नहीं दिख पा रहे because of this D, because D का उतना भी poor shielding नहीं है when compared to F. यहाँ पे F का भी poor shielding है, D का भी poor shielding है. Hence the effect is continued even to group 14. I hope this is clear. Okay. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन एफिनिटी. व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन एफिनिटी? देखो एफिनिटी का मतलब ये है टेंडेंसी. इलेक्ट्रॉन एफिनिटी मतलब द टेंडेंसी टू एक्सेप्ट एन इलेक्ट्रॉन. If some atom is having positive tendency to accept an electron, positive tendency का मतलब क्या है? If I'm having an atom, उसके बाजू में इलेक्ट्रॉन रखा तो it is immediately accepting that electron. When can it accept an electron? If the system is achieving stability. Okay, if the system achieves stability, always the energy of the system will be decreased. Okay, electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. Enthalpy का मतलब heat है. Electron gain enthalpy मतलब whenever it is gaining that electron, what are the heat changes that are happening? Okay, if something is having positive tendency to accept an electron, it will always release energy. If something is having negative tendency to accept an electron, matlab it is not having any tendency to accept an electron, I need to forcefully give the electron. Iska matlab I need to put some energy to place the electron in the outermost shell. In that case, electron gain enthalpy is becoming positive, endothermic. Okay, in general, for all the elements in the periodic table, the first electron gain enthalpy is always exothermic. Matlab all the elements will have a positive tendency to accept an electron, first electron. Okay, except for noble gases, because noble gases may you have completely filled outermost shell, so they will never accept the electron. So in cases may I need to forcefully put the electron. If I want to give the electron, I need to forcefully put the electron in the outermost shell. So for the noble gases, electron gain enthalpy is endothermic. Okay, or electron affinity is negative. It is not having a positive tendency, it is having a negative tendency. Clear? Okay. इनके अलावा noble gases के अलावा there are some more elements for which you have negative tendency. The elements are nitrogen, beryllium and magnesium. बस इतना ही याद रखना है आपको. Nitrogen, beryllium, magnesium and noble gases, all these have a negative tendency to accept an electron, or for all these cases the electron gain enthalpy is endothermic. Why nitrogen is having negative tendency? Because nitrogen is having half-filled configuration 2s to 2p3. Okay, इसका मतलब आप लोग ये भी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, even phosphorus is having half-filled configuration, it is 3s to 3p3. Okay, but in nitrogen, we are giving the electrons in the second shell. The size of the second shell is small. So the existing electrons will be having repulsive forces with the incoming electron. Okay, in case of phosphorus, the size is relatively large because phosphorus has third shell. So जो भी incoming electron है, it is not experiencing repulsive forces with the already existing electrons. Is this clear? We are talking about the stability of the system. If the electron is present alone, it is not under the influence of any positive charge. Whenever the electron is coming inside the atom, it is achieving some stability because of the interactions. Hence, the system is getting stabilized. Is this clear? Overall system matlab the atom along with the electron. Okay. For the nitrogen, as the electron is added to the second shell, we are having that negative electron affinity or positive electron gain enthalpy. Phosphorus, rest of the elements, even though they are having half-filled shells, they are having some positive electron affinity only. Is this clear? Again, the similar is the situation with beryllium and magnesium. In beryllium, you have the smaller size of beryllium, and because of completely filled shell, completely filled S subshell of beryllium is leading to negative electron affinity or positive electron gain enthalpy. Magnesium में you are, even though you are, यहाँ पे एक चीज याद रखना, magnesium में you are adding the electron to the third shell. Just like phosphorus, जैसे phosphorus में आपको positive electron gain and positive electron affinity आया. Magnesium maybe you can expect it should have positive electron affinity, but magnesium is still having negative electron affinity. The reason for that is because of its lesser Z star. Magnesium के बाद phosphorus आता है ना, in the period left to right Z star increases. So phosphorus में there is some significant amount of Z star. Because of that Z star, it is having some positive tendency. Magnesium में you don't have that more Z star. there is lesser Z star here. Because of that lesser Z star, even in magnesium, you are having that negative affinity. Okay, this is the reason. In general, reason के ऊपर कभी भी इसमें क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है. In case if there is question on the reason, मतलब magnesium में why it has negative electron affinity, then this is the reason. Okay, because of the completely filled shell of S subshell of magnesium and because of its lesser Z star. Okay, beryllium may be because of its smaller size and because of its completely filled S subshell. Nitrogen may because of its smaller size, because of its half filled configuration, they are having negative electron affinity. Okay, what is the definition of electron affinity? Electron affinity is nothing but the amount of energy in general it is released. Energy is released, इसलिए हम वैसा ही लिखते हैं definition में. Amount of energy released when an electron is added to outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom. All elements except noble gases, nitrogen, magnesium, and beryllium have positive first electron affinity, or they have negative electron gain enthalpy. Agreed? Okay. If you are adding the second electron, first electron add करने के बाद, the atom has converted into negatively charged species. If the atom has converted into negatively charged species, उसको और एक electron देना, it will be a repulsive process. Agreed? It is negatively charged, और एक electron दे रहा हूँ, negative के बीच में repulsive forces रहेगा. So it will never have a tendency to accept the electron. मुझे हमेशा जबरदस्ती से ही उसको electron देने पड़ेगा. Agreed? Okay. So successive electron gain enthalpies will always be endothermic. Only the first electron gain enthalpy will be exothermic, but successive electron gain enthalpies will be endothermic. Agreed? Important. बस इतना ही याद रखना. Okay. यहाँ पे क्या लिखा मैंने? Electron affinity and electron gain enthalpy are always opposite to each other. If you have positive tendency, it will release energy. If you have negative tendency, आपको जबरदस्ती से देना पड़ेगा. So the process will become endothermic. Okay. Okay. Second electron gain enthalpy is always endothermic. What is the reason for that? As electron is given to anion. Agreed? You need to overcome the repulsive forces. For noble gases, nitrogen, beryllium, magnesium, even first electron gain enthalpy is endothermic. Just remember this. Okay? ठीक है. Next. General order, left to right, Z star increases. If left to right Z star increases, we expect electron affinity to increase. Okay, in general. Top to bottom, Z star remains constant, but size increases. As the size increases, what will happen to the electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity? It has to decrease, right? जो भी incoming student है, if I am placing him in last benches, उसका willingness अंदर आने के लिए, there are two classes. In one classroom, I am placing him in the third bench. In the other classroom, I am placing him in the fourth bench. In general, students will prefer to sit in the third bench, na? Okay. Unless and until उसको पढ़ना नहीं है, he will always prefer to sit in the third bench. Agreed? So what is happening to the tendency of the student to come into the class? It is getting decreased if I am placing him away and away from the teacher. Agreed? So down the group, what will happen to the electron affinity? Electron affinity decreases. Left to right, as Z star increases, the electron affinity increases. This is general trend. But there are some exceptions again. कहाँ पे? In case of nitrogen, in case of group 15 and group 2. Group 15 में you are having half-filled configuration. Karthik, please be on mute. In group 15, you are having half-filled configuration. In group 2, you are having completely filled S subshell. Okay, so whenever I'm giving an electron to half-filled, I'm disturbing that, hence electron affinity will be relatively less. Whenever I'm giving an electron to that completely filled S subshell, I'm disturbing that, hence electron affinity will be relatively less. सबसे ज़्यादा किसके लिए होगा? For the group 17 elements, which require only one electron to complete their octet. उसके बाद ऑक्सीजन, कार्बन और ग्रुप, यहाँ पे ग्रुप नंबर्स लिख लेते हैं, यहाँ पे है ग्रुप 17 greater than, 16 greater than, 14 greater than, 13, 16 के बाद we expect it to be 15, but 15 और 2 और group 18 सबसे last में है. Okay, the reason for group 15 elements to be less is half filled, group 2 elements to be less is fully filled exceptional. For group 18 it is octet complete structures. Okay, octet complete configurations. Agreed? बस इतना ही, ये याद रखना है आपको. In case of ionization energy आपको ये याद रखना है, ये order, electron affinity ये याद रखना है. इनके अलावा most of the time the question given in electron affinity will be based on these exceptions. Fluorine greater than, we expect fluorine to be greater, and you need to remember the reasons also for them. Expected order is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. This should be the expected order of electron affinity, but the actual order is chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine.
Fluorine.
Reason? Can you tell me the reason? Same reason. In fluorine, electron is added to second shell. So already existing electrons say there will be some repulsive forces. As a result, the electron affinity is relatively decreased when compared to that of fluorine. Okay? Clear? You need to remember the reason. As the electron is added in the second shell of fluorine, it experiences, the incoming electrons experiences greater repulsive forces when compared to the electron which is added to the third shell of fluorine. Clear? Okay. In case of sulfur group 16, we expect oxygen to be highest. Again, you are adding the electron in the second shell in oxygen. We expect the oxygen to have lesser electron affinity when compared to sulfur, but इसमें oxygen का सबसे least हो जाता है. The reason for that is in oxygen the Z star is also less. Fluorine के comparison में, fluorine में Z star ज़्यादा होने की वजह से the decrease is not so high. The decrease is only lesser than chlorine. But in oxygen, the Z star is also significantly less when compared to fluorine. As a result, oxygen is having least electron affinity. Or just remember the order. Oxygen का सबसे least. Is this clear? Okay. I hope this is clear, everyone. Okay. Final periodic property, electron negativity. What is the difference between electron negativity and electron affinity? Electron negativity is the property of combined atom. Matlab whenever the atom is in combined state or in molecular state. Electron affinity is the property of isolated atom. Electron affinity is defined for the isolated atom. Electron negativity is defined for the combined atom. Okay. We all know the definition of electronegativity. It is the ability of the bonded atom to pull the shared pair of electrons more towards itself. Because of that, you will be having some charges. You can have partial negative or partial positive charges on the atoms. इस context में आपको एक question, I think आपको chemical bonding में करवाया वो, to calculate the percentage ionic character based on dipole moment. Okay, when we revise that chemical bonding short notes, we will do that. Okay. That is one of the most common questions asked in JEE Mains and NEET, calculating percentage ionic character based on electronegativity. अभी यहाँ पे मैं नहीं करवा रहा हूँ. When we solve or when we go through the chemical bonding short notes, we will do that then. Okay, ठीक है. Okay, so एक ही याद रखना है. You can calculate electronegativity on two different scales. One is on Millikan scale and the other is on Pauling scale. Millikan scale relates the electronegativity with ionization energy and electron affinity. Electronegativity is directly proportional to ionization energy and it is directly proportional to electron affinity. So it is ionization energy plus electron affinity upon 2. Which element has the highest electron affinity?
Fluorine.
Fluorine. And you need to remember the values also. Fluorine ke niche fluorine, and then you have bromine, then you have iodine. You have oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, boron. बोरॉन के बाद बेरिलियम, then lithium. Fluorine is taken as 4. आधा आधा घटाते जाओ. ये 3.5 होगा, ये 3 होगा, ये 2.5 होगा, ये 2 होगा, 1.5 होगा, ये 1 होगा. इसके अलावा हाइड्रोजन का भी याद रखना है आपको. हाइड्रोजन is 2.1.
2.1.
What is the electronegativity of chlorine? Chlorine is 3.
3.
Chlorine is 3. Okay, and chlorine is slightly greater than that of nitrogen. दोनों 3 लिखा है ना? In case if we want to compare the absolute values, chlorine is slightly greater than that of nitrogen. Bromine is 2.8. Iodine is 2.5. Okay, remember these values. Electronegativity on Pauling scale. Electronegativity on Pauling scale is 2.8 times that of Millikan scale. Or else electronegativity on Millikan scale is 2.8 times that of Pauling scale. So if I want to calculate the electronegativity on Pauling scale, divide the electronegativity values of Millikan scale by 2.8. Okay. Remember one thing, you need to take ionization energy and electron affinity in electron volt per atom. If they are not given in terms of electron volt per atom, you need to convert. Just remember 1 electron volt as 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. In general, electron volt per atom ही दिया जाता है, unless and until they want to confuse you. But यहाँ पे उतना ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करवाते. In general, they will be giving you electron volt per atom only. Just remember the unit as electron volt per atom. Okay. Okay. Very important note, जो अभी आपको पहले ही बताया मैंने. For comparing any property among the elements belonging to same period, use the electronegativity values. Suppose if I want to compare acidic strength among these compounds. अब तो आप लोग organic इतना ज़्यादा पढ़ा है. I hope you know how to calculate, how to compare the order of acidic strength, basic strength. We will again resume organic once we end this revision session. When is this revision session going to end? When is your last exam?
21st.
21st. Okay, after June 21st, again we will resume with that isomerism. Okay. तब तक ये जो चैप्टर जो भी पढ़ा है, we will revise and we will just try to understand the essence of each and every chapter. किस चैप्टर में क्या आपको रिवाइज करके एग्जाम पे जाना है, बेसिक मिनिमम. ओके, once we do this, we will go with the 12th isomerism करके we will complete that entire organic. Yes, whenever the exam comes, we will be ready. Okay, पता नहीं कब होगा एग्जाम. होपफुली जितना दूर रहेगा उतना बेटर है, हम उतना ज्यादा रिवीजन करके जाएंगे. ओके, ठीक है. Acidic strength HF, H2O, NH3, CH4. Here you are having H bond F, here you are having O bond H, here you are having N bond H, here you are having C bond H. More is the electronegativity difference. Easier is to break the bond क्योंकि already आपको charges significant रहेगा. So whenever you are dissolving that in water, immediately it will break. If you want to compare based on conjugate base stability, you can also compare this based on conjugate base stability. सबसे पहले हम जब periodic properties पढ़ा तब तक आपको ये पता नहीं ना what is meant by conjugate base and all those things. Now you can compare this based on conjugate base stability. यहाँ पे आप F minus बनाएंगे conjugate base, and in this case you will form OH minus. In this case you will form NH2 minus. In this case you will form CH3 minus. The one which is more electronegative can effectively handle the negative charge. So fluorine, उसके बाद oxygen, उसके बाद nitrogen, उसके बाद carbon. So this is the stability of the conjugate base. So corresponding acid strength क्या होगा? जिसका conjugate base ज़्यादा stable होगा, उसका corresponding acid strong होगा. Agreed? Okay. So HF will be stronger than H2O, NH3 and CH4. Any doubt, anyone? Here you are comparing the conjugate base stability with respect to electronegativity. If the elements belong to same group, we will become the dominating factor is not electronegativity. अभी भी आप लोग conjugate bases बना के इस केस में the conjugate bases are I minus, Br minus, Cl minus, F minus. Even in this case, there will be electronegativity, but the dominating factor is not electronegativity. The dominating factor is size. The one which is having greater size, if the charge is distributed in a larger volume, it will be relatively stable. If the charge is concentrated in a smaller region, it will be unstable. So F minus में one negative charge is present in very smaller region, it is highly unstable. So the corresponding acid will become weak. Okay. In Hi, the I minus having greater charge, the negative charge is concentrated in a or distributed in a larger region. So this I minus is relatively more stable. As this is more stable, Hi will immediately convert into I minus, making that a stronger acid. Agreed? Okay. So conjugate base stability is may I minus greater than Br minus, Cl minus, F minus. Hence acidic strength will be Hi, HBr, HCl, HF. Okay. Okay. Last case, last scenario where you usually get question is inert pair effect, very important. And एक ही question आता है inert pair effect में, they will ask you to compare the stability of the oxides, or they will ask you which will act as a stronger reducing agent or a stronger oxidizing agent. What is meant by inert pair effect? Inert matlab the tendency to not take part in reaction. Okay. Pair matlab two. You are having two electrons which are becoming inert. Those two electrons will belong to s orbital. Okay. If you take group 13, group 14, group 15, group, can you tell me all group 13 elements? Anyone? Boron,
Boron, aluminium, gallium,
aluminium,
Gallium,
gallium,
indium,
indium,
Gallium,
or thallium. Please tell me group 14 elements as well. Carbon,
Silicon,
silicon,
Germanium,
germanium,
Sn,
tin,
tin, or lead.
lead,
Okay. What is the general electronic configuration of boron? Boron group. It is NS2 NP1. यहाँ पे NS2 NP2. Okay. The oxidation states which you can have are, if I am participating only the p orbital electrons, the oxidation state will be +1. If I am participating both p as well as s, it will be +3. So the general oxidation states which group 13 can show are either +1 or +3. Which group 14 can show are either you need to participate all of the p electrons or you need to participate both s as well as p. So common oxidation states are +2 as well as +4. Agreed? इसके जैसा है group 15 के लिए क्या होगा? +3 और +5. Okay, everyone. Okay. Down the group, the stability of lower oxidation states increases and the higher oxidation states decreases. Down the group, the stability of lower oxidation states increases and higher oxidation states decreases. And for the last element of the group, इसका lower oxidation state is more stable than higher oxidation state. मतलब thallium का +1 जो है, it is more stable than +3. lead का +2 जो है, it is more stable than lead का +2 is more stable than +4. The reason for this is before thallium and lead, you are filling F subshell as well as D subshell. F subshell का D subshell का shielding power is very, very less. Agreed? So what are Z star values in thallium and lead? They are very, very high. If they are very high, the influence of the nucleus on the electrons is very high. So I am able to remove only one electron. +1 मतलब कब आएगा? If I am removing only one electron. +3 कब आएगा? If I am removing all the 3 electrons. Only one electron can be removed in case of thallium, or in order to remove 3 electrons, it will require more and more energy because of its greater Z star. Okay. So 2 electrons of thallium are becoming inert. They are not participating in reaction. Similarly, 2 electrons of lead are becoming inert. They are not participating in reaction. Hence, this is called as inert pair effect. Okay. Because of the inert pair effect, down the group, the stability of lower oxidation states increases. मतलब क्या है? Thallium का +1 जो है, it will be more stable than indium +1, gallium +1, aluminium +1, and boron +1. And stability of higher oxidation states decreases. मतलब thallium का +3 जो है, it will be less stable than indium +3, gallium +3, aluminium +3, boron +3. Boron +3 is highly stable when compared to aluminium +3, so on and so forth. Okay. As we go down the group, the stability of lower oxidation state increases and higher oxidation state decreases. इतना याद रखना. For last element of the group, the lower oxidation state becomes more stable when compared to higher oxidation states. Okay. इसलिए एक क्वेश्चन ये आता है, if I take PbO2 and PbO, okay, out of these two oxides, which will be more stable? PbO, stability of these oxides. PbO is more stable than PbO2. Okay, because in PbO2 you have +4 oxidation state, you have +2 oxidation state. Or else I can also say PbO2 can act as very good oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent मतलब क्या है? खुद reduce होगा. खुद reduce क्यों होगा? Because it has very high tendency to accept 2 electrons. The electrons accept करते ही it will convert into PbO. Agreed? Okay. ऐसा कुछ क्वेश्चन आएगा इसमें. Let's go to the worksheet. Let us see the worksheet. First, let us solve JEE mains problems. उसके बाद we will go to advanced problems. पहले JEE mains का questions कर लेते हैं. Just tell me if you can solve the question or not. First question में the increasing order of first ionization energy of boron, phosphorus, sulfur and fluorine. ये दिया हुआ है. You need to compare the first ionization energy. Please solve the question. Tell me the answer. Solve it. Solve कर लेना. Please excuse me. उससे भी पहले first let us solve question number 3. It is direct application of inert pair effect. Everyone look at question number 3. The stability of dihalides of silicon, germanium, tin, lead increases steadily in the sequence. They're asking about dihalides. मतलब all the elements are in their +2 oxidation state. Option please. Option 1, because down the group, the stability of lower oxidation state increases. Silicon cup to tin +2, Pb +2 is highly stable. So option 1. Okay. Clear? Whenever you see these elements, silicon, germanium, इनके जो भी questions रहेगा, उस particular group 13, 14, 15. They ask you to compare the stability of oxides or halides. Most of the time, the answer is based on inert pair effect. Okay, remember this point. Okay, please solve question number 1. Everyone, please put your video on. I think tomorrow the exam is in the second session, right? Afternoon session. So in the morning we will have one lecture for 1 hour just to solve the questions. Okay, I will solve the questions and I will go through the short notes of gaseous state. Okay, at least short notes देखते हैं. Once we are done with the exam, वो short notes के ऊपर we will have the discussion of the exam paper. Okay, I'll post the worksheet. You can solve the worksheet. You can send the doubts. But for discussion, we will at least have the discussion of short notes. Please solve question number 1.
C.
Okay. C. Boron, phosphorus, sulfur and fluorine. Understand one thing, boron and fluorine belong to second shell. Okay. In phosphorus and sulfur, the outermost electrons belong to third shell. Second shell से निकालना relatively ज़्यादा difficult होगा. But options के हिसाब से भी हमको करना पड़ेगा. In options, we don't have. We have sulfur lesser than phosphorus. Sulfur has to be lesser than phosphorus, everyone. Agreed? Sulfur lesser than phosphorus आपको दो options में है. So I can cancel this option, second option, because they are giving phosphorus is lesser than sulfur. Phosphorus में half filled है और phosphorus belong to group 15. Sulfur belongs to group 16. 15 is greater than 16 ना. So ये option गलत है, everyone. Are you किसी ने option 3 कहा है पहले. Here they are saying that phosphorus is lesser than sulfur. Phosphorus is greater than sulfur ना. Ionization energy. Agreed? Everyone. उसके बाद we know that fluorine has to be greater than boron. Agreed? Group 18 सबसे ज्यादा है, उसके बाद group 17, so on so forth. So fluorine has to be greater than boron. So as per the options, it has to be 4. Okay. We may expect, as boron belongs to second shell and sulfur and phosphorus belongs to third shell, we may expect the answer to be sulfur less than, phosphorus less than, boron less than fluorine. But वो वाला option नहीं है हमारे पास. Here they are comparing elements belonging to different periods. All the elements are not belonging to same period. उस particular case में sometimes we need to compare based on period. The one which is belonging to second shell expected to have greater ionization energy when compared to third shell. Agreed? Second shell से निकालना ज़्यादा मेहनत लगेगा when compared to third shell. उस context के हिसाब से the answer has to be sulfur, phosphorus, boron and fluorine. But we don't have that option. We need to go as per the options. क्योंकि at the end, if I want to compare between elements belonging to different periods, I need to know the absolute values. Okay, everyone, are you following this point? So what is the better option here? The answer is 4. Clear? Okay, question number 2. Lanthanoid contraction is caused due to lanthanoid. बताओ.
D.
That is because of poor shielding of electrons. In option 1, they are saying there is poor shielding. Option 2 maybe they are saying appreciable shielding. वो भी गलत होगा. Same effective nuclear charge गलत है. Effective nuclear charge keeps on increasing. That is due to imperfect shielding of outermost electrons by 4f electrons from the nuclear charge. Option 4 होगा. Agreed? Okay. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Question number 4. The set representing correct order of ionic radius. Correct order of ionic radius. यहाँ पे भी you may need to compare based on the options. You may need to compare based on the option. You can compare. You can always compare between Na positive and Mg positive. And you can compare between Li positive and Be2 positive. इन दोनों में पहले comparison कर सकते हो आप लोग. I can always say Mg2 positive should be greater or lesser Na positive के comparison. Lesser. Mg2 positive should be smaller when compared to Na positive. Because Mg2 positive में आपको 12 protons है, Na positive में आपको 11 protons है. And Be2 positive has to be lesser when compared to Li positive. Okay. तो यहाँ पे आपको protons है, यहाँ पे आपको 3 protons है.
E positive should be greater.
E प्रोटॉन्स है 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, Li2 में आपको 3 प्रोटॉन्स और 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, 4 प्रोटॉन्स ज्यादा खींचेगा ना वो शेल को. एग्रीड एवरीवन? Karthik, please be on mute, there is some disturbance. ये जो पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट यहाँ पे जो भी लिखा, is this clear? इसमें कुछ डाउट है? These are isoelectronic. Mg2 positive and Na positive are isoelectronic. B2 positive and Li positive are isoelectronic. इसमें भी आपको 10 electrons, इसमें भी 10 electrons. But in magnesium you have 12 protons, hence the size will be smaller. In beryllium and 2 positive and Li positive you have 2 electrons. इसमें 4 protons है, इसलिए size will be smaller. Agreed? Okay. Based on this, try to get the answer. यहाँ पे थर्ड ऑप्शन में Mg2 पॉजिटिव लार्जर दिया है B2 Na पॉजिटिव से, गलत हो जाएगा.
Option 1.
Option 1 seems to be a better option. Okay. Option okay. Option 1 seems to be a better option. And overall हम expect ये करते हैं because Na positive and Mg2 positive they belong to second shell. Na positive should be greater than Mg2 positive. Expected order is Na positive should be greater than, क्योंकि इन दोनों में second shell है. Mg2 positive should be greater than, Li positive should be greater than Be2 positive. Okay, because they belong to first shell. Agreed? यहाँ पे इसलिए Li positive इसलिए Mg2 positive से ज़्यादा हो रहा होगा because of its lesser Z star. The possible explanation can be, with the help of given options you need to get the answer. The possible explanation can be the Z star of Li positive may be less, because of that its size is becoming, even though it is having only one shell, that shell is having a greater size when compared to Mg2 positive. Clear है? Mg2 positive में the Z star, because of its greater Z star, its size is becoming lesser when compared to Li positive. With the help of options we need to get the answer. कभी कभी थोड़ा सा ऐसा डायरेक्ट हम जो सोचते हैं डायरेक्ट नहीं आ सकता है. We expect the order to be this. सबसे ये क्लियर है सबसे पहले everyone? Li positive is becoming slightly greater based on the option we are getting the answer. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay. Remaining, I will post this worksheet. Remaining of the questions, please attempt all the questions. We will discuss these questions very quickly in tomorrow's lecture. After that, we will discuss the short notes of gaseous state. I will also post the short notes of gaseous state and worksheet of gaseous state. Please go through them before tomorrow's lecture. Okay. Thank you.